Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Everybody, we are live, ready to go. It's been a while since I have chatted about... I need to fix this mic thing. It's kind of loose. It's been a while, maybe like even 2 years since I've talked Lego Star Wars on this channel, which is kind of crazy. Because like many of you, I was a huge Lego Star Wars fan. That's all I really cared about. Honestly, for most of my Lego collecting days was spent pining for and collecting Lego Star Wars. So that being said, I'm kind of going back to that a little bit here just because of what's been happening lately in the Lego Star Wars news with these new prices, with these new sets we're seeing. The quick and dirty of it basically is the sets are good, mostly, but the price is horrendous. So I wanted to give my 2 cents because, you know, what better thing to be would there to be than more opinions out there. So yeah, I figured why not dig into it. I've got this this set that I've dubbed a battle pack, and it's not a traditional battle pack by any means, but it is. I mean, at this point, it's basically a battle pack because of how Lego is pricing their sets. Back in the day, and it's my thumbnail on the video. So you've got that to consider as well. Let me I'm gonna share some links real quick. Gotta let the people know what's going on the CPA-fol podcast. Episode 65. I don't know if that number is 100% correct. It might be one too high. I don't remember if I double counted any, but this is where we're at. So I see a couple people in the chat. Give me one more second. And I know this weekend at least I'm fighting with Superman's time, which is perfectly fine. That is one fight that I will gladly give up. So starting at top, speaking of Superman, Studlake says, should I cancel my Superman... It just went away. Should I cancel my Superman tickets for this? I mean, I can't promise that the CGI will be as good, but I can promise that the story progression and development might be just as good. Maybe, maybe not. I guess that's part of the thrill. It's part of the thrill with it, if you ask me. Pockets Master says, "Said like I did. CPA won't disappoint. I hope not. I generally keep my hat out of the ring when it comes to Lego Star Wars opinions, just because there's a lot going on in that fandom, if you will. So, but I figured, you know, we'll be gone next week. My wife and I will be out of town next week, so won't be able to do a podcast. I'll be with family out of town. So I figured one last week before we do that, try and drop some spice into the ethos, into the stratosphere, make some spicy claims. Get Coop says, not bad pixelation job on the thumbnail. That kind of cracks me up because all I ever did was open it up in Photoshop, click filter, drop down pixelation, and then pick mosaic. It is a 19. We'll call it a level 19 pixelation. So just the amount of pixelation is 19 out of whatever. So good luck enhancing that photo, because you ain't gonna tell which one it is. Speaking of Dark Horse, I don't know how you just got it on Amazon because there's no way you can tell which set it is. It's impossible to tell. So you probably bought the wrong one, let's be honest. Spoon Bricks. Good to see you in chat. I think it's been a while. I recognize the name. And good old Sam. Good to see you, Sam. Military Brick Studios. That sounds like a new name. You will like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you for reminding our fine folks here. All of you need to like, subscribe. And are you even a real fan if you don't turn the notifications on? I mean, for the most part, they automatically turn on when you subscribe. I probably shouldn't have just told you that because many of you probably didn't think to check that. I know oftentimes I don't when I subscribe to a new channel and then I get a random notification. I'm like, I didn't ask for these notifications. What on earth? And then I immediately turn them off. But don't do that. Don't do that here. There's no need to do that here. So just leave them on. Leave them on. Spoonbricks is building a set right now. That's exciting. Which set? Drop it in the chat. Let me know which one you're building. Robonut, good to see you in chat. It's halfway through the year. Robonut, when I see your name, I immediately go back to our January episode with Firebird Bricks when we all gave our goals for the year. It would be interesting to talk about a little mid-year update. I don't know. Be interesting. I'm so close to a couple of my goals. I'm really close on, but unfortunately I haven't met any of them just yet. I'm very close. Very close. But as far as the light in the background, that was, you can see right here, CPA-fol. My wife purchased that for me. Mrs. CPA purchased that for me with for our anniversary last year. So she bought it online somewhere. So I will have to check with her. But I imagine it was just, I think it was on Amazon. You uploaded a photo of what you wanted turned into a logo or into a neon logo. So that's kind of nothing too crazy. Clever Pig, first channel member since Get Cooped left the firm. Very sad day. Very, very sad day. We all mourned his passing from the firm. First channel member, Clever Pig, says, Superman, more like, who cares, man? I'm riding for the seeps tonight. Appreciate it. Clever Pig, you would appreciate this, as I'm sure many others would. Since it's kind of interesting, as you all can probably guess, I leave most of my sets built behind me just because I don't have lots of room to display or place them. They kind of immediately have to go to the table of doom and then immediately to the back room of the beyond. And then I never see them again, sort of. But because I had to use the McLaren torso in that Brad Pitt short that is doing quite well across the board. Just hit 1 million this morning, this morning. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna build this bad boy. Yeah. So I built the McLaren 2-pack. Beautiful little build. Might I say one of the best speed champions we've ever gotten. The McLaren F1 speed champion. Beauty of a speed champ. Very pretty quick build. Stickers were nice and easy, so I really appreciated that. But here we go. So I wanted to let you know about that. Oh yeah. I'm not a huge fan of whatever one this is, just because it's, you know, it's one of those Le Mans cars, right? I think it's just a Le Mans car, so wasn't too keen on it either way. Let me fix. I gotta be able to see what's happening back there. But no, beautiful set. Yeah, enhance the thumbnail so you can buy it on Amazon. Quick. So I bought one thing from Prime Week. I guess technically 2 things. One of them was some filament for 3D printing, so I can do better organization in my stuff. So that was good. And then some non-Lego stuff. So kind of boring. I was hoping there would be more Lego, because I do have another, like, I have $23 in gift cards just sitting there, and so it would be nice to use those on Lego. Yeah, Spoonbricks knows what's up. Filamente. Oh, it was horrible. Priming was horrible. It was awful. Okay. Robinut, I'm about to upload my first long-form video of the year. Nice. 100 plus B-roll clips and a 1,400 word script. So I've got my high hopes that it'll get me closer to my goal. So how long are you expecting it to be? Hey, I will say there's no shame in having all your uploads being shorts. Shorts can hit. Let me tell you that. Shorts can hit. Spoonbricks out there building a widely known heater, the Mosasaurus. I'm not a huge... I have not personally purchased a Jurassic Park set yet to date. I've been looking at a couple, but I haven't pulled trig. So, kind of waiting. Waiting for a really good deal. Discounts, if you will. Boutique Hotel, solid. I think I was at like 160, 159.99. Solid purchase. It was a really good deal. If you don't have that one, it's gonna retire at the end of the year. I don't think it's already retired. I did already have that one for the same price last year, so I was glad to already have that one. Didn't have to worry about it. Pockets Master kept hands clean of Prime. They should have picked up. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have it, I think it's still available. Oh yeah, 7 minutes. I mean, yeah, your point, I would focus on making it, like, focus on retention throughout the whole video. That'll be way more important at this point than getting 8 minutes. And even so, even for a video that, if you are monetized, if you can't put an extra 1.5 minutes of stuff in there to keep the retention high, then it's not worth it. It's not worth it to put bloat in there, because then you're just going to tank your retention, going to tank your AVD, and your video's not going to be pushed as far. So there you go. Large Encanto. I will say other places are having some good discounts. Walmart, Target, Meijer if you're in the Midwest. 100%, 100%. Let's see, this thing is barking at me. Sam got Boutique Hotel. Bugle, that was a good one. The Daily Bulge, and Howard's Express. Or you mean Hogwarts or Howard? Good to see Howard's Express. Benjamin says 800-piece Jurassic World set. Yeah, I have seen that comparison, which I don't think is quite apples to apples, but because the minifigs, like, we'll get into it. They didn't have the same number of minifigs, but that is another discussion that we'll get into hopefully later. Not planning on this being a very long stream, but I always say that, and then these streams end up being longer than I plan. So, Starmox, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're meeting your 2025 goals, and that 2025 is doing grand for you as well. Oh, and I keep forgetting that I had the rebrand this year. Not a full rebrand, of course, but, like, you know, cleaning some stuff up a little bit, making it a little more me. So that was good. Great to see you in the chat, Delusion. I know your summer's going well. I know you're busy. We're all, like, I'm busy, you're busy, we're all busy. I know you especially, though. Got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of fun stuff coming later this year. Super excited. Super excited to see what you've got for us. Cooking. Delusion Brick is cooking. Let me tell you that much. I can't wait to see the monstrosity that you've created for us. Very exciting. Can't come soon enough. Why does it have to be at the end of the year? I hate when things that are really awesome are at the end of the year, because like you want to get to the end of the year really quick, but then you're already at the end of the year, and then, well, for me at least, busy season starts. But then in other respects, I try to keep a mentality of don't look forward for things, but don't live forward for things, if that makes sense. So have those things that you're looking forward to, but don't only dwell on those. Still live in the moment, still be present. Those things will happen. The good things in the future will happen. They'll get there they'll get here when they get here. And don't miss out on what's going on right now. That's what I try and do. Coop, we were talking about your complementary nature of compliments. Sometimes I try to make up overly complicated words that don't exist. So the pixelation. Yeah, I thought it was funny because it's like it's not difficult. It's just a filter that I turn on and decide how much or less I want. But I appreciate it anyways. I appreciate it. Yeah, what was Mosasaurus is 60? It's not 80, is it? No, I have to look it up. 60, yeah. I mean, it's only got 3 minifigs, all brick built, not a lot of custom stuff in there. So the rebrand was simply, it seems like once a year I'll do a rebrand of some sort, whether it's a soft launch. In 2024, I did basically a full rebrand, where like a name rebrand. This time it was just the profile picture, made it a little more me, because I wanted to have a more recognizable presence. And then of course, like in the future, when hopefully I'm able to do more Bricklink designer program reveals, and they put my photo or my profile picture on the website, it's just nice if people can recognize me on the front of that. So I figured it could help with brand recognition, even some ripple effect of making my thumbnails more easily differentiated from others. So stuff like that. I mean, yes, it is all for optics. It is 100% for optics. I'll admit it. Starmox a little over half mark for goals. Well, hey, it's just about the perfect time to be at the halfway point for your goals. So, there you go. Good to hear that. Glad to hear that. It's fantastic. I'm going to move this up a little bit. I can give a quick little update for my goals. Great to see you, Hobby Hangout. I was going through it this morning, so if you watched the January video, you should already know my goals. But I wanted one long form video that was going to be my most viewed long form, which of course, as you know, has to exceed the, excuse me, a lot of Cheez-Its. I had a lot of Cheez-Its today. Exceed the Owl City concert, which I could just private that video. I probably should, just for the brand, but which means I have to get over 22,000 views. My current second longest is a BDP reveal at about 15. I think it just crossed 15,000. So I'm not quite there yet, all in all. Saying that the long way around. But yeah, just crossed 15K, which is exciting. That is a record for me. And then the other two goals, well, one goal was going to be, or is, 5 shorts posted in this year that got 1 million views. I'm currently at 4 because I'm counting the Samurai Deadpool one. I'm counting it. And then I wanted 1 short posted in 2025 or 5 shorts that hit 1 million in 2025. 1 short that hits 5 million in 2025. I have 1 short that's at 4.1 and some change. Does it have enough to get there by the end of the year? Probably not. but hey, we can hope. So close. And then of course, 50,000 subs was another goal. I don't know that I'm gonna hit 50,000 subs. I would have to do some mega magic to make that happen. So probably won't happen. Probably will not happen, but that's okay. We move on. We keep going strong. So now that I've stalled long enough, taken up enough of your time, I'll throw it back one more time. Make sure you like the stream. I know most of you have liked streams, so I can't complain. Won't complain. Not that I can't complain. I won't complain. Fabu, you make some great points. I'm holding out. That turtleneck season will do wonders. I'm hoping, you know, I hit that, get that turtleneck stream going in the next Bricklink reveal, because it should be, might be a little chilly in August. Definitely in the November one. No, we're not going to have a November one. 3 reveals per year. We already had the one in March. We had the one in June. Yo, the next one is going to be the last one of 2025. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, I got to do some work on that next one and let the turtleneck do the work. So this mystery set that I'm sure none of you have figured out, I realized today or yesterday when I was thinking about the stream for today that I bought 6 of these sets and I didn't recall that until yesterday. Obviously I realized it when I bought them, but there was a sale for this set at Target only with $25. MSRP is $40, so almost 50% off. I think it's 40% off. Doing some quick math. Actually, you know, big numbers guy. I need to know for sure. 37.5% off is what this set was. It's not technically a battle pack, but you can see I've got 4. I've got 4 right here. Ding, 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 ding. So I bought 1 at full price, that's for sure, because back then I didn't really know. I was a little ignorant about these kinds of things. But I have 2 in front of me, and these things are so kind of old, or I've had them for so long, that I already have dust accumulate. Let's see if you can see the dust at the top. Oof. Look at that dust. I've accumulated dust on the top of this box. Look at that. Ooh, that's kind of gross. I don't know why I showed that. I'm sorry. Hopefully no one was triggered by that. But I will be opening one of these finally, so I will only have 5 sealed. I think this was initially intended to be an investment. I'm not a very good investment person because I typically just keep them in my collection. So horrible investor over here. But fantastic consumer, as you all can see. So yes, this set is the, and I'm just clearing off my workspace a little bit. This set is the 75342 Republic Fighter Tank and a 187th Clone Legion. So I'm very fortunate to have many of these. So if I have 6, I have 18 of these clones. And if you remember, this was the last time they used... No, it's very true, Starmox. That's very freaky. Last time they used the fantastic mold for let me do a little bit of this. Last time they used this mold for the clone troopers, the non-helmet hull mold. And then of course you've got Mace Windu with that awesome arm printing. So I don't think I've ever seen a Mace Windu with this fantastic arm printing that everyone talks about. However, I will say, as many of you know, no waist capes on the airborne trooper that needs one. He really does need one. So that's a shame. Big shame over here. But let's get this thing cracked. And then we can start building while we talk about the new sets coming out in a couple weeks. Now, apparently, I'm sure many of you... Oh, my word. Oh, you only got one of them? That stinks. So, fun fact, they are only about $60 on Amazon Prime right now. So, if you are worried about this one or want more, you can grab one there. I regret not buying more of these at $25. I should have gotten a lot more of these at 25 bucks. That is an insane steal. Insane steal. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pop this. It feels weird popping these tabs. I feel like I keep these sets so sealed for so long that it doesn't feel right to do this. Doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Okay. Box was packaged correctly. That's good to see. So yeah, let me I've got the other page put up here. We'll talk about essentially the comparable set, which is this one right here. This is basically what we're looking at right now. It's kind of the same. Obviously, doesn't have the B2s, but I mean 258 pieces. Obviously, piece isn't as important here. 260. Oh my goodness, these sets are more similar than I even thought. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Now, I mean, I'll say it. Yeah, no, it's true. I'm more so thinking about what I'm gonna do with this set once I build it, because I have to find a place to put it. But yeah, so we're building the Republic fighter tank right now because it's and it had the shiny sticker sheet. Let's see if I can get a good reflection off of it. Not entirely. Where's the light? There, you can't really see. But you guys know what I'm talking about, where you have like... It's interesting how they have the different types of sticker sheets as well. Yeah, it's... Oh, we got subscribers' names popping up that are from shorts, I think. So... I guess it kind of comes down to the figs versus the build, and we'll go back to here. The figs versus the build, because when you're comparing a set like this to the Republic fighter tank, I mean, I kind of want to decide though if the figs are better. Would there? Here's a question actually. Is there a pauldron for a clone that would be more ideal? Oh, man. These are going to go. I'm guessing these are going to be $30 pretty quickly. These have to go on sale pretty quickly. I don't think there's a world that we're living in. Is there another? There's another one sticker, one bag. I don't know if there's a world that we live in where this set does not go on sale. Let's see, August? Black Friday. Black Friday is going to be very telling for this set. If it's going to rot on shelves. And actually, not a conspiracy by any means, but it is quite clear that, and literally we had this happen a year ago, the last time there was a little price hike in whether it was battle packs or whatever it was. We had let's see, this would have been when battle packs, yeah, when it went from $20 to $30. Granted, the 30 being the super battle pack, that was there was clearly more value in that set. It wasn't just a higher price. Obviously, yes, it was a higher price. I won't argue with that. But you were at least getting more. With this, it's more or less to the average consumer just a price hike. There's really nothing much more to it. So they want, I can only imagine Lego and retailers want all those cheap sets off the shelf. I say cheap sets, cheaper sets off the shelf as quickly as possible, which, you know, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, doesn't entirely make sense, because the battle pack is not going away anytime soon. I'm sure we have a tentative retirement date on the super battle pack with the shock trooper and all that stuff. Can someone find me a date for that, if you wouldn't mind dropping it in there? Yeah, I know, Fabu, we're definitely getting it's got to be right out the gate. Like, no, I hope it's all going to come down to literally what the moms think and what the regs think. The people who aren't in the details day to day, people who aren't following all the news, following all the drama. It's all going to come down to what they think. Hey, Liam, great to see you in chat, another channel member. Appreciate your support as always. Hope you're doing well. So for those who are tuning in, I'm going to stay tuned up on the... Looks like we had an influx of new viewers. Thanks to everyone for stopping by. Just do a little chat and build we're calling it an OG battle pack, because nowadays this is cheaper than what a battle pack is going to be. So I've got 6 of these, so I'm building one of them. If you're new here, joining for the first time, make sure you subscribe. If you're rejoining, make sure you like anyways. If you haven't subscribed already, certainly do that. But while we're doing this, I want to get everyone's continued thoughts about the price hike, as I gotta cover the QR code, don't want anyone stealing it. This set here, does anyone have this? Did anyone miss this? What's going on? What's going on in chat land with that? Let's see. Okay, that's crazy, Starmox. He's saying I've seen pre-order sales for this set in Poland for $36 to $38 already. Now I'm curious, is that some sort of, like, you have to be in the know to be able to get that price? Is this like your version of Walmart, Meijer, where they generally get stuff on discounts, or we'll call it Costco? Actually, that'd be probably a better comparison. Is it something like that, or is this truly your run-of-the-mill retailer is already charging less right out the gate because they know they've already seen it written on the wall, they know what's coming, and they don't really want to be on the bad end of this price hike? I'm curious what you're seeing. There it is. Got stuff hiding on me already. So as I'm building this, though, this Republic fighter tank, I can't help but think about Ryan's review of this one when he was totally dogging. And I mean, I know what it looks like. Obviously, that's not a surprise to me. But I just want to see what it actually looks like in person with this sort of slightly dopey looking Republic fighter tank. Not the greatest thing in the world, but Justin, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate another channel member. Love seeing all the channel members showing up. Always brings warm feelings to my heart, as Master Yoda would say. Thought about cracking this one open. Or no, you were going to last night when I opened the box there at the... Wait. I was going to crack open a tank last night, except when I opened the box, there at the very bottom... Whoa, dude, you're teasing me. There better be a part 2 to this. Oh, yeah, talking about the new battle pack, 100%. People have to realize that this isn't what it is. Isn't what it should be. Benjamin says, when this hits $15. Yeah. $15. Like Moth and Paz. Man, Moth and Paz, that is a very interesting turn of events. I don't know that I saw that one coming. I don't know if retailers just thought it was going to do a lot better, so they put more stock in it, or what. But seeing that for $15, I was talking to Riley earlier this week, and I told him that if I didn't have better judgment, or maybe on this side of things I'm having poor judgment, I would have bought so many of that set. Because $15 for 4 figs and a build, with the figs being Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon? What? Literal steal. Plus, of course, you've got the circle discount. Clearing that shelf would have probably been the wise move, if I'm being honest. We've got our first sticker. But Justin Morrison continues his story. He said he had 14 tanks, sold 4, opened 2, which means, by doing math, you still have 8 left. That's what I'm here for, folks. And, of course, Mrs. CPA, supervisor for 19 months. Thank you for your service. It's greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Yo, Pockets Master, you got to get that thing. You have to get that. That is a set that, especially if you don't already have them. Ooh. So I had these tweezers down here for a short that I posted already, and they will come in handy. That's for sure. Ooh, that is... Let's see if I can pull up the... It's not going to focus. It's too small. Look how it's aired to one side. And that annoys me greatly. It's not centered. I'm bothered. I'm bothered by it. I'm greatly disturbed. Okay, here we go. We got some intel from StarMox. I know a few retailers that buy in bigger bulk, new sets, so they get stuff for a bit cheaper, but I saw positions with $39 sold on a Polish marketplace similar to eBay. So that'll be $6 off. 13%, so pretty basic wholesale discount. Nothing crazy, but it's still a sign of the times. I think it's a sign of what's to come. I have no doubt we get some very strong discounts with this set, just because they will rot. They will rot if retailers don't. I'm deciding to turn this tile around because the sprue mark on the end is abysmal. Abysmal. Let's see if I can get a good sticker placement. I know typically I skip stickers just because it keeps things moving along. Not my best. No, it's not bad. It's not good enough to show off, but Liam says picked up that Republic fighter tank from Japan after it retired for 20% off retail. That is not bad at all. Anytime you can get something sub Retail after retirement? That's a good day. That's a fact. Alrighty, finish up some steps here. So far, pretty easy build, which honestly is fine with me. I don't need any technicalities right now, that's for sure. Yeah, well, no, we'll get back to the discussion real quick. Just gotta keep cruising. And then one. Okay, so we're doing a sub-assembly next. Real trial for the set and summer wave in general will be the first days. How price will hold after 2 weeks. Is that a typical metric of how these things go? Curious. I have seen that using the Windex. Yeah, I have seen that. Part of the rush of building a Lego set is the risk of mistake. That's part of the rush with stickers. Mid-range in the 5x Starship, so I don't have it yet through all of that, and then retailer of the box. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Let me let's talk about minifigs. Unfortunately, once I get to bag 2, which actually this feels like it's gonna be a pretty quick build, which I'm not complaining. I don't think builds need to be long by any means. So we'll probably cruise right through this, honestly. Sometimes just having a classic build, a lot of bricks, not a ton of small, tiny pieces, intricate pieces. Sometimes that's a very enjoyable thing. Oh yeah, what other set? Yeah, that's right. I built the Imperial Commando battle pack. That is a fantastic battle pack. I have got that one for $13.99, and I decided if it goes on sale more, I will definitely be picking up more of that. I'll pull that up on camera really quick. Oh, as I chuck the, I had the little gun down here. Normally I'm Spider-Man and catch that, but apparently I just flicked it even further. Oh my goodness. I'm having bad luck apparently. But no, okay. What you came for? I love the obviously these guys. Probably the main reason I would consider buying more of this set. This minifig is fantastic. Let's turn this guy sideways so you can see him easier. Like, dude is decked out. So good. I'm moving stuff around. Like, having a full army, not a full army, but a bunch of these guys, I feel like that would just be very satisfying. I love the white sterile look with that. What's that, light bluish gray or sand blue on the torso? Dual molded helmet? Like, what? And then, of course, having some blue Mandos. Reminiscent of the old Mando battle pack. So you get the Night Owl and the generic Mando. Solid. Let me I'm going to center this, because it's going to bother me if I don't center this thing. I know that for a fact. Here's a good question. I'm gonna drop a yes, Liam. Love this set. Ooh, Benjamin doing a little flex. I've got a 32 by 32 base plate filled with both those Mandos and Super Commandos, and he says $20 is a great deal. Yeah, because they are decked out minifigs. They are really decked out minifigs. But here, I'm gonna start a poll. And I'm curious to hear all of your thoughts on this one. I've got my thoughts. Oh, I don't want to add a selection. I want to start a poll. I have my thoughts. Do droids count as minifigs? Because, of course, with this set... Which, oh my goodness, they used to have... Wow, they took that out. On the Lego, on every listing, there used to be a little thing right here that had the minifig symbol and a number next to it, and it would always tell you how many minifigs were in each set. That is gone now. So, do they even... Okay, yep, they say it features 4 Lego Star Wars minifigures. But then they clarify and say of clone troopers. And then 3 super battle droid Lego. So yeah, they're not minifigures, but they do count as figures. Technicalities, blah, blah, blah. But I'm curious to hear what all of you think. Yeah, Alphonse, you're right. It used to have it, and it doesn't anymore. Miss CPA says, I feel like they have to have the classic heads. And yeah, no, it's a solid point. If they don't have that, the minifigure head, the arms, the torso, the legs, it's not a minifigure. It is a figure, but it's not a minifigure. Because, of course, actually, as you can see next to, on the listing, I thought minifigures... No, okay, obviously the term minifigure can't be. It's the collectible minifigure that Lego owns the term. Or no, I think it's just the logo, actually. It's not even the term. Okay. Because the next bag, we're getting our minifigures. And I'm very excited to add these clones to my collection because I currently do not have any 187th in my collection because I've never opened one of these sets before. As you can see on the screen, though, we'll continue chatting about this, and it won't let me zoom in. Let's do this. We get the new visor piece. That's exciting. I think that is a fantastic thing. Let's see. Justin just finished the battle pack during Hive stream last night. Gonna have to order 2 pounds of Lego soon. I built Catwoman jewelry store and off P78. Sounds like a good haul. Sounds like a good haul. So these new antennas, I mean, it's definitely a good change. It's a positive change, obviously. The new antennas. I'm glad that they appear to be replacing anything else in you know how Lego gives you, and it'll be in the other bag, the antenna, the bags of antenna, or the bag I should say. It'll be in that, which is great news. Of course. Ooh, I have a really long sticker to place. So let's see about this one. Gotta focus. Sticker number 1. you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna dial in for this one. Gonna lock in, as it were. Not this one is a placement I'm not too proud of, but it's a what, a 2x7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2x6. So I will be a-okay with it. Okay. Man, we got another one. What's it, 2x8? That's crazy work. Obviously, the pauldron, fantastic ad. Wonderful thing to see in this set, in this battle pack. I feel like Lego they're just trying to recuperate, which, like, what are they recuperating? I mean, the mold. The only new thing here is the mold on the pauldron. I don't even count the visor or the antenna. The antenna mold, that thing cost them pennies. Fraction of pennies to make that. And it's not even going to register in their cost analysis, would be my guess. Oof, that was a close one. Still got it. Good enough. All right, let's see what the chat's saying. But I will say, the 3 of these yellow boys, they look pretty solid in a row like that. I will say it. It's just, obviously, I am of the crew that I don't like these helmet holes. I just don't. I'm not gonna rant about it for a while. I'll just say that I don't like it. Wish they went back to the old one. That's just me. That is just me. Well, okay, it's not just me, but, you know. So it is very clear most people think that droids are not minifigures. Bloomsy says, what are your thoughts on the turbo tank? We will certainly get to that, is the plan. Yes, certainly we'll get to that. Benjamin says, what do we think the MTT and the 327 Super Battle Pack is going to be sold? Where do we think? I don't know if I would be the person to ask, unfortunately. I feel like Costco would be too good to be true. I just feel like it would be too much of a deal at Costco, and so it won't be sold there. But that's just me being pessimistic. So hopefully it is sold there. I guess I'll just say that. Talking about the build on this thing, I mean, it's pretty similar to the 501st, at least from the eye. Obviously, it's different. I'm not going to say it's the exact same. The feet look to be a little smaller. The build itself, a little smaller, but same concept, so there's really nothing too crazy about it. But, man, you just look at that and you think, $45? I mean, I'm just saying what everyone else has already said. I'm not saying anything new. Not saying anything monumental. Just saying that I agree with the whole crew that this pricing is absolutely wild. So I will see Costco get, at my Costco right now, there are The Mando... No, the Grogu and Pram is currently there. I do know that. But yes, I think your main point just being that we typically do not get traditional Star Wars sets at Costco. So like the battle packs, the play scale sets. Because I think it's almost like they don't think that kids, which, I mean, I guess fair, like kids aren't shopping at Costco. It's usually parents just sprinting about. Not to say kids obviously don't go to Costco, but I feel like you all know what I mean. Right, got another sticker. I figured I'd be done with this bag by now. I'll be honest. I figured I'd be done. So I'm just gonna buzz through the rest of this. I do have more stickers to place, which will add time. I feel like aren't there alt instructions for this build? I'm pretty sure there are alt instructions that make this thing much better. Because it was just the front. The front just was weird. I do recall that. It's very weird. All right. We are cruising. Let's see. Hot Rod, I mean, that one's not the Force Burner Snowspeeder. No, not too controversial. Here's a good one. 567 pieces. Does anyone have crazy thoughts on this one? I know it's not... I feel like this one is more so people's opinions coming to play instead of just full-on overpriced. I feel like it's just people's opinion on this one. Not having a lot of minifigs is obnoxious. I feel like it should have used one more minifig and then the price would be a lot more justified, easier to swallow that purchase price. You don't do two... I mean, you could do two pilots. I don't know that you would do two pilots. Maybe you throw a 2/12 in there for Kenobi, maybe. But then that doesn't entirely make a lot of sense. Now, does it? I guess the other thing is it doesn't have to make sense. It can just be what it is. Cruising. The Pockets Master saying the figs aren't special enough for that. This set at 65. Yeah, I only really appreciate for the figs. Not keen on the build. Yeah, the build is. I mean, yeah, the flight mode versus parked mode is kind of crazy. It's a spectacle for sure, but I think it is closer to in scale. I think the last one was technically too big. I know a lot of people are oftentimes fine with too big than too small, but price this thing at 50. It's still probably over. No, it's not overpriced. It might feel overpriced, but 50 is definitely fair. But 65. Yeah, that's crazy work. Yo, what on earth? Man, these tile sprue marks. This might be the worst one I've ever seen. Might be the worst one I've ever seen. Focus. I mean, I literally like scraped it off because it was so bad. There you go. Now you can see how bad it really is. Look at that. That's so bad. It looks like an animal just bit into it. Not ideal. Excellent minifigures. Chibi build. I wouldn't quite call it chibi. It's because it's not, in my opinion, it's not that bad. But it could be a little beefier. Just a little bit. It definitely should have been 50, yeah. Oh, easy should have been 50. I think people would have been a lot less dogging on this one if it was only 50. That's for sure. It's crazy that it's the only set that feels like it isn't overpriced too. That's a good point. Like, so I know many people, few people are rationalizing the big ones, the egregious ones. But I know more people are rationalizing this one. Just because, yeah, the price isn't horrible. It's not ideal, but it's not horrible. No, it is horrible. It's not it's not mind-bending. Got another sticker. Ooh, I like that placement. You know what? Placement's so good. I might even show it off. Look at that. A 2x8. I think it's 2x8. Anyways. Liam says, I'm not buying any of this wave of Lego Star Wars till it's on a good discount. And what, 20%? I think it has to be at least 20%. At least. Ooh, Liam, you're going to have to wait a while or probably never. I don't know if that set ever goes on sale. Oh, I just realized I didn't even put this on correctly. I was gloating about the sticker so much that I didn't even do it right. Yeah, Liam, I don't know if I see the ATSD going on sale. Just because it's basically a UCS set, and those rarely ever go on sale. Maybe Costco. Costco might have it on sale at some point. A website like that might carry it. There's that piece. All right, so Starmox makes a good point. thinks the wings are too short in comparison to the rest of the build. So let me... let's pull up an actual photo. Is that an actual photo? I mean, it might be as close as they're gonna get. Not a good angle. Is there a better angle? I'm trying to find something that's from actual source material. This one has a Lucasfilm logo on it. Once again, Canon's too short, not a huge issue. They don't feel too bad. I'll be honest. They don't feel too bad. See, I don't care. Oh, were you guys even able to see it? I don't care too much for... Or actually, I don't care at all for Transformers, for better or for worse. Yeah, there's not much source material for the V19. It's all like fan created, mostly fan created stuff. Here's a good one. This might be as good as we get. So the wings should almost eclipse the center. Do we have a straight on photo? I mean, it's pretty close. We don't get very many photos of it in flight mode. Oh, but they show that, but they don't show that going down. I think it's pretty. I think the scale is pretty close. Benjamin, ATST might eventually go on sale. Yeah, I guess it ultimately just depends on which distributors will carry it. Because yeah, if Amazon carries it, it should definitely go on sale. So it just depends which and how many, and because I'm sure Amazon is not glad to have taken... Oh, once again, forgot to put another piece on. I am just being all sorts of forgetful. So we'll say so far, this build looks solid. I know it's gonna fall apart when we put the top canopies on. On to bag 2. Let's go. Finally time to look at these glorious minifigures. All right. I have never laid my eyes on these minifigures before, and I am ready. I am ready. Mace Windu, you dog. Where's Mace Windu's head? Uh-oh. Where is it? That would be wild work. Got his lightsaber. Is it cloudy? Slightly cloudy. With a chance of meatballs. Okay, phew. We got it. We're good. Wow, he's got some nice detailing. Let's put these clones together. Do they all have the same legs? They do not. Should have had a waist cape. Why don't you have a waist cape? Who gets what? Wait, the airborne trooper gets the rifle? That doesn't seem right, if I'm being honest. This purple looks so good. I'll be honest, it looks so good. All right, I need to get a close look at this airborne troop. Man, that mold is so good. Print is a little off center on the mouthpiece, but not enough to be annoyed and not enough to be valuable. So let me show. These two. And we'll do, well, I'll get them to stand on this brick. Beautiful. Oh, we gotta turn that brightness up. RIP, because these clones are gorgeous. Look at that helmet mold. Flawless. Print, amazing. Airborne, you can see the mold on the nose is a little off. Not too crazy. Awesome. Very glad to be able to add these to my collection. Kenobi, speaking of, I didn't show you fantastic. Love that arm printing. Great. Starmox, enjoy the set CPA and talking low stars for me. It's time. Oh, yes. You are. Oh, my goodness. It is late for you, dude. Go to bed. Let's see. Speaking of, I need to wrap this up. I'm taking too long myself. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining the chat, contributing to the conversation. It was wonderful to have your insight and point of view perspective in here. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. I keep saying I'm going to wrap it up real quick, and I never do. But this one, there doesn't look to be too many parts. Ah, yes, this is where the set kind of falls apart. Build-wise. Okay. Pilot. Yeah, hopefully hopefully they don't have those issues, or the issues that they have on the printing on the visor is just issues with the land copies and not... Oh, no, it's definitely going to be IRL copies. That's crazy. So you can see this here. It doesn't... it doesn't go all the way to the edge like they show you. In the render, it goes all the way to the edge here, and it doesn't here. Rough. Rough. Not the end of the world, but still just like, come on, guys. Come on, guys, do better than that. Let's talk about, since we're on the topic of clones. Let's talk about the Republic Juggernaut. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figs. Ki-Adi-Mundi, not bad. Nothing crazy, if I'm being honest. Bakara. He's got the chubby cheeks. Yeah, Man, why they just cut off his mouth print? If only they would have just not cut out his mouth print. That's literally like the only problem. Once again, I'll admit it's nitpicking. At the end of the day, I don't know if I care. Oh, I don't know if I care all that much, but also, yes. Getting the Clone Wars armor, which, did Ki-Adi-Mundi have Clone Wars armor ever in the Clone Wars? I don't recall, but it wouldn't surprise me. I know he had a handful of Geonosis episodes. So, if he would have had Clone Wars armor. So I don't know why they wouldn't have given him Clone Wars armor here. Like, they're already dousing so much, or skimping so much out of the budget of the set. Why would they not give Ki-Adi-Mundi that? Let me see. Let me see what he had. That'll be the final tell. There you go. At least in this episode arc. He did not have Clone Wars armor, so therefore it is A-okay that he does not get Clone Wars armor in there. Ooh, man. This just made me think about so many legions, or more that we can get, that we've... Yeah, sure, we've gotten Geonosis troopers in the past, but it's time. It's time to get more. So much. Where did this thing go? Right there. So, I mean, and I think Lego knows that. They're gonna indulge every once in a while. See, the main problem with Lego Star Wars fans that I've seen is Lego Star Wars fans wants everything, and they want it now. They want every clone legion, every set, every vehicle. They just want everything, and they want it now. And like, you're not gonna get that. You gotta wait. Gotta be a little patient. Lego's gonna make it. And in some respects, do you want Lego to make it right now? Even Lego might not want to make it. Like, the AT-AT is a perfect example. Lego Star Wars fans wanted that AT-AT, and they wanted it now. But Lego literally could not make it. And I think eventually we knew that. and came to terms with it, and then we eventually got it. So I think sometimes things like that is just like, all right, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's just be patient. Let's wait. Like Bionicle. Bionicle has to come back. Castle fans. Yeah, well, Castle fans, they need to learn what the Bricklink Designer Program is and how they should be satisfied. Signed, sincerely, a Bionicle fan. Oh, I had perfect placement and it didn't stick. Betrayed by the sticker. Not the best placement, but when have I heard that before, yeah? Wait, what? Oh, I see you. Got it. Nice. I like that placement. Now we're cruising. Because I'm not looking at chat. That's how. I don't think Bionicles come back unless molds get ultra cheap. We need a sec. Yeah, no. I thought there would be more talking, and on top of the fact that I've got my props on screen. I'm close too. I'm very close, and then we're gonna wind down. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh wow, this is a weird build. Then I need to go check into Mrs. CPA, make sure she's all Gucci. Got a couple more stickers. Oh wow, that is the weirdest hatch I've ever seen. It's like a fake hatch. I guess there's got to be a back to cover this thing. Otherwise, that is the weakest hatch I've ever seen. Yeah, because we still have to make the gun on from top, right? Benjamin says, do you think if each of the Summer Wave sets were 20, maybe 30 less, the opinions would be different? Small discrepancies in fake design and turbo would be overlooked. Change that $20 to $30 to 20 to 30%, and then I think, yes, it would be a little more excused. But not entirely excused, of course. I think the sentiment mainly is, Lego, if you're going to charge us those prices, then you need to provide the product worthy of those prices. So, from what I've seen, most people don't complain about prices when stuff is good or up to their standards. Most of the time the complaints come when it's a double whammy, which is where we are right now. That is such a weak... It doesn't fit all the way. Oh, that's a crying shame. So this thing... And I can zoom out. I probably should zoom out a little more anyways. So this builds the door. It doesn't close all the way. It's not a huge deal, but it's just kind of annoying. Bothers me a little bit. All right, we've got a bunch of stickers. Also, do you ever think LEGO would ever do something like a Kickstarter for minifigs where people vote, pre-order, and once it hits a threshold, they will... I don't think LEGO would ever do that, just because it would be a super one-off thing. Like, if a one-off had a one-off, I could see them maybe do that for... like a GWP is what they should be doing that for. Ooh, that is some solid placement for a sticker like this. So yeah, if they were to do that for a GWP, that would be cool. I think anyways, that would be cool. That would be, and I think that would be the place to do it. Because your hardcore fans are the people getting GWPs. Oh boy. Something underneath the sticker. Great. Also using my pieces on Yoda's Tennu Temple with the Darth Maul and throne. Oh, making all those mocks over there. Oh, that was horrible. That was bad. Oh man, that was bad. Oh well. Okay, we got the robot arms. What on earth? Oh, that is a weird fit. That is very weird. Oh, that's right. It gets weird wheels on the bottom. And 2 more stickers. Wonderful weird wheels. I liked the boat studs instead of wheels personally. Oh, I was like, what on earth? Let's see. As far as the build itself, this might be a shock to many, but I never cared for the turbo tank in the slightest. Always thought it was an ugly build, like a very ugly build. It's just so plain looking. And it's so bland, and it's so, like, there's so many gaps in it. I know that's just the nature of the build, but I always thought it just looked like a bland not a city set, but honestly sort of a bland city set. I just never cared for it. So maybe that's a spicy take. But I would only get this set for the figs. I would never consider this for the build. I just know the figs, of course, are going to be insanely expensive. Outrageously expensive is what these figs are going to end up being. Unless, if these figs come in a battle pack next year, whew, I would be all about it. I know many people would be absolutely furious. But if these figs came in a battle pack next year, whew, that would be amazing. But we don't really have precedent for that. Not a huge precedent. Not to say it's never happened, but it is not common. So obviously don't expect it. I don't expect it. But I can hope for it. That's for sure. Grill. Last sticker. What a glorious day this is. That might have been the quickest, most accurate sticker I've ever placed, I'll be honest. I don't know that I've placed a sticker more accurately in a shorter amount of time. Okay. As far as this set goes, not too hot on it either. I mean, obviously the minifigs, all these sets live and die with the minifigs, and I think Lego knew that, obviously. So the fact that we are talking about this, once again, not surprised at all. I'm also not surprised with how they handled these figs. But, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, my word. That is bad, dude. That is bad. Unless I'm doing something wrong. I'll show you guys in a sec what I'm talking about. It's bad. It's really, really bad. Like, I cannot believe they did this bad. And how this got past product testing is wild. So, yeah, that would be amazing, Pockets. So with this set, of course, it has the guns on the side. You're playing with these guns. Pew, pew, pew as a kid. And then you want them to stay straight. Boom. They both instantly fall every single time. And by chance you get lucky with them staying straight, well, the second you do anything with it, they are immediately falling. So, I don't know why they used that pin instead of like an axle and a pin. Now it's even less friction, which I knew that, but yeah, so that is a crying shame. That would have bothered me like crazy as a kid. Just having drooped guns the whole time. So, boop. Quality, it is what it is. All right, so I know we didn't talk a ton about these sets, which it was kind of the point, just to mosey through them. So I hope you weren't expecting a huge deep dive. But that being said, these are dropping August 1st. Where are we at? Yes, August 1st. Just under 20 days, or just about 20 days. So, honestly, the standout set is the Force Burner Snowspeeder. That's the real gem in this crew, in my opinion. The other ones are just too expensive. So once they drop their price about 30%, like if we take 30% off of $45, still not even under 30. Still not 30. Still too much. So I'm glad that I have my 187th Troopers here that I can still enjoy. Better molds, better, more reliable prints as well. So that's great to see. That being said, we're going to cut it here. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. I want to thank everyone for joining in chat. It was great to have you. It was great to have everyone hop in tonight. A little, not impromptu, but I didn't give you much warning, which is, I'm glad everyone still showed up. Very appreciative of that. Appreciative of all of you. Next week, as I mentioned, I will be out of town with Mrs. CPA-fol family, so I will not be having an episode next week. However, the following week, very hopeful to have something more, a guest. I'm hoping to have a guest on. That's the plan. Got to make some things happen. Got to make some moves, and I will keep you on the loop, and we'll be able to enjoy whatever that will be in 2 weeks from today. That being said, in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Have a wonderful continuance to your July. Here it's toasty. I hope it's nice weather where you guys are. So we'll see you in a couple weeks. I'm hoping to have shorts to continue at a rate of once per week is the plan as usual. But regardless, have a great night, and we will see you all later.